Welcome to YogaVa's Yoga for Beginners intro series. This is part 10. My name is Robin Regula, and we're working with triangle pose. So we'll come to the center of the yoga mat. It's very helpful in the beginning stages of working with this pose to have a yoga block or a chair, if you don't have a yoga block. Or if the back of the legs are quite tight, a block might even be too low still, and a chair is going to give you support and it's going to be up higher. So if you're using a chair, you just want a sturdy chair, not one that swivels or has wheels on the bottom of the legs. And if you're using a chair or a block, you can place it to the right side of your mat on the back side. And if you don't have either of those props, or if you're more flexible, I'll also go over how to do it without the props. So you can come to the middle of your mat and come into mountain pose. So stand as tall as you are. Take a breath. On the inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms down halfway. And we'll step the feet apart, about 3 to 4 feet apart. Feet are parallel to begin. And basically, you want your ankles underneath your wrists. That's about as wide of a stance as you want. So it's really wide. So you can try to eyeball that. And then take the hands to the hips. Turn the left foot in 15 degrees. Turn the right foot out 90 degrees. Now we want to line up the feet with one another. So to help you do that, you can visualize an imaginary line between the second toe on the right foot, comes back and intersects the center of the heel. That line continues back and either intersects the center of the back arch or heel to heel. Now it's going to be a little bit easier if you have heel to heel. You won't feel like you're on such a tight rope. And then you can go ahead and place the block right behind the ankle or the seat of the chair in that same spot. Inhale, take the arms up halfway. Put a little bend in your right knee and then reach towards the front of the mat. Over the foot, lengthen the whole right side from the side of the hip all the way up to the fingertips. And then take the hand either down to the seat of the chair, down to the block, or to the leg. Now, if you're not using a prop and the legs are really tight or you just don't feel comfortable here yet, you can take the hand to the thigh just above the knee. If you're more flexible, you can take the hand to the shin, and it can either be on the top of the shin just below the knee, the center of the shin, or down by the ankle. Eventually, we're working towards getting the hand on the floor. However, for most beginners, that's a little bit too intense, and you'll end up compromising the position of the torso in order to get the hand down too low for most people. It's better to have the correct alignment in the rest of the body and not to try to go down so low. So to start with, you can keep the right leg a little bit bent. Back leg is straight. Firm up the muscle of the back leg. And then lengthen the front of the torso. So from the belly to the chest, grow a little bit longer. Reach out through the crown of the head. And then open up your chest towards the ceiling. So stack the shoulders. So the top shoulder is directly above the bottom shoulder, and both shoulders are in the same plane as the right leg. So you can look down and eyeball that, see if that's happening. You want to make sure when you do look down that your kneecap is pointing towards the second and the third toe. So the right thigh presses back. And if that's enough for you today, stay there and just breathe into that. If you can, work towards making the right leg straight. If the leg gets straight, firm up that muscle as well. And the last breath, we'll take the left arm up towards the ceiling. And you can either look forward, look down, or look up towards that top hand, whatever feels best in your neck today. And then soften the front knee. If you're using a yoga block, grab the block. Root down through your back heel. Inhale to come up. Turn the feet to parallel. If you're using a chair, you can move the chair to the other side. From parallel feet, turn the right foot in 15 degrees. Turn the left foot out 90 degrees. You can place your block behind the other ankle. And check out the alignment of your feet. Imaginary line between the second toe, the center of the heel. That line continues back and intersects the center of the back arch or heel to heel. Inhale, take the arms up halfway. Put a little bend in the left knee. Reach towards the other side of the mat. So reach towards just past the toes. Lengthen the whole left side from the hip to the fingertips. And then take the hand down to the leg, the block, or the seat of the chair. Wherever it feels appropriate in your body. It's perfectly acceptable to do this with the hand on the leg, the blocks, or the chair. Just going to give you a little bit more of a feeling of support and stability. Keeping the front leg a little bit bent. Lengthen the front of the torso from the belly to the chest. Grow a little bit longer. And then open up your chest towards the ceiling. Bring the top shoulder back. So the top shoulder is directly above the bottom shoulder, and both shoulders are in the same plane as the left leg. So you can see if that's happening. If the top shoulder is still coming forward or it's hard to line up the shoulders with that leg, you're probably bringing the hand down too low, and you either need to take the hand up higher onto a chair or onto the thigh, so you can bring the top shoulder back and come over with the torso opened up to the side. And make sure that the kneecap points towards the second and the third toe. And if it's available to you, if it's not too intense, you can work towards making that left leg straight. And then firm up the leg as well. So both legs are engaged if they're straight. Last breath, take the right arm up towards the ceiling. Reach up through the arm and the fingers. Root down through your back heel, put a little bend in the front knee. Inhale to come up. Turn the feet to parallel. Soften the knees, step the legs together. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. And exhale, release the arms down. And we'll see you back in part 11 for Warrior One pose.